You've got to hear this story. It's about a multi-platinum album series that sold over 30 million copies and then just completely imploded. And the reason why it failed, well, it shines a massive spotlight on a huge problem in the creative world, a problem that AI is about to make 1,000 times worse. But the fix? It might just be hiding where you'd least expect it. Let's dig in. So here's the core puzzle, and it is a wild one. You have this incredibly successful gospel music series, Wow Gospel, where artists on a platinum-selling record made just 39 grand. Insane, right? But then, on the other hand, you have REI, a co-op that sells camping gear, and they've created billions of dollars in wealth that's shared among its members. How on earth does that happen? How can one model fail so badly while the other builds this massive shared economy? Well, the answer to that pretty much changes everything. And just look at this, because this really shows you what's at stake. Under the old Wow Gospel model, an artist gets about $39,000 for a platinum project. You know what today's streaming model gets them? Even less, like $21,000. But this cooperative model we're about to dive into, get this, it generates almost $900,000 for the exact same success. That is a 23 times difference. So how do we get from that sad little number all the way over to this one? Well, before we can understand the cure, we have to do a full-on autopsy of the disease. We need to get our hands dirty and see exactly how the old system was, and I mean this literally, designed to make its creators fail. The whole problem really boils down to this one fatal flaw: fixed pool revenue. Just picture it like this. All the money from an album goes into one big pot. Simple enough. But here's the trap. To make the compilation better, you add more amazing artists. But every new artist you add has to take their slice from that same pot. The pie doesn't get any bigger, the slices just keep getting smaller and smaller. It's a system where success, adding more talent, actually makes everyone poorer. It's a zero-sum game right from the jump.
So let's follow the money trail, shall we? A CD sold for $15. Right off the top, boom, retailers like Tower Records take a 35% cut. Gone. Then you pay out the fixed royalties for all 30 songs. Okay, now what's left? Well, the record label swoops in and keeps up to 90% of that. So, what finally trickles down to the actual artist who made the music? A measly 6.5%. On a million-selling album, that's your 39 grand. The value is just systematically sucked out at every single step.
Okay, so that model is obviously broken, it's a mess. So where do we find a better one? Well, you're not going to believe this, but we're going camping. Yeah, I'm serious. A store that sells outdoor gear, REI, actually gives us the perfect blueprint for how to build a creator-owned economy that's worth billions. And look, we're not talking about some little mom-and-pop shop here. REI is a monster. It's a retail giant with over 25 million active members. But here is the absolute game changer. Those people aren't just customers with a rewards card. They are the legal co-owners of the entire company. So what does being an owner actually mean in practice? Well, it comes down to this cool idea called a patronage dividend. See, instead of profits getting shipped off to outside shareholders on Wall Street, a co-op gives a share of the profits back to its members. And this is the best part. It's based on how much you participate, how much you shop, not on how much stock you own. It totally flips the script. The goal isn't to squeeze value out of you, it's to return value to you. And this just lays it all bare, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the old platform model. Its whole reason for being is shareholder value, which is just a fancy way of saying suck as much profit as possible out of the system for outside investors. But on the other side, you've got the co-op model, which is all about member benefit. Its goal is to maximize value for the people actually using the service, to keep the wealth circulating inside the community. It's just two completely different worlds. All right, so let's really put these two models head to head. This isn't just about a different logo or marketing slogan. No, this is a real structural showdown between two opposing ways of building an economy. This table just says it all. Let's break it down. Ownership in the old model, some corporate shareholders you'll never meet. In the co-op, it's the members, the creators, and the fans. How are decisions made? Top-down control versus a democratic vote. And the money flow? Wow. Over 93% is extracted by middlemen in the platform model. In the co-op, 80 to 90% goes right back to the creator members. It's a shift from fighting over tiny slices of a fixed pie to working together to make the whole pie bigger for everyone. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Okay, this is an interesting music industry problem, but what's it got to do with me? Well, everything has changed because AI just walked onto the scene and threw a gallon of gasoline on this fire. This isn't just a chronic problem anymore. It's a full-blown existential crisis. And this quote, man, it just cuts right to the bone. AI embedded within pooled streaming is value annihilation. The threat isn't just that AI can make music. The real danger is what happens when you dump an infinite amount of AI music into that same broken fixed pool system we just talked about. The result is, well, annihilation. And the math here is terrifyingly simple. AI can create an infinite supply of new songs for basically zero cost. But our demand, the number of hours in a day we have to listen, that's finite. So what happens when you flood a fixed pot of money with infinite new tracks? The value of every single song in that pot, whether it was made by a human or not, gets driven down towards zero. And that is precisely why this new cooperative model, which the source material calls MP365, isn't being pitched as just another startup. It's framed as a lifeboat. It's post-streaming survivability architecture. It's designed from the ground up to float in a world where the old ships are guaranteed to sink. Okay, so enough about the sinking ship. How do we actually build the lifeboat? Let's get into it. We're going to take that awesome co-op blueprint from REI and see exactly how we can apply it to music to solve these massive problems of extraction and AI. The core strategy is called the bundled value doctrine, and it's brilliant. Rule number 1 is simple. Music is never sold by itself, ever. Every single release is a bundle. You get the album, you get a book, and you get an audiobook, the whole package. So now, the price is anchored to a solid $24.99, not to some fraction of a penny per stream. The whole unit of value shifts to the one thing AI can't fake: real human wisdom, lived experience, and testimony. You're completely sidestepping the race to the bottom. And it has a built-in defense against AI, too. There's a legally binding rule, a hard line in the sand, called the AI Use Covenant. It says, sure, you can use AI as a tool, use it for brainstorming, for sketching out ideas, for making a rough demo. It's a great sketchpad. But, and this is a huge but, it is strictly forbidden from co-authoring anything, from generating the final master, or from holding any IP rights. AI can help with the draft, but only a human can touch the final sacred product. So, what's the end result of all this? Let's go all the way back to that first chart. In the old extractive world, a platinum album got you $39,000. In this new cooperative model, by cutting out the middlemen and changing what you're selling, that same artist makes almost $900,000 for the exact same success. This isn't a small tweak. It's a whole new economic reality, and it all happened just by changing who's in charge. And that really brings us to the biggest question of all. This is so much more than just music. This is a blueprint for creators to take back control. So if artists can own the platform that distributes their work, what else can they build? If creators can build their own economy from the ground up, what becomes possible then?